week in nerd history. Yeah, but how do you hold the controller?
Nerd history.
It was a much hyped and long anticipated moment, one that would break new ground in the video game world in many ways. After a successful launch in Japan a few months earlier, the Nintendo 64 game console released in the US on September 29th, 1996. But the crowds were so ready, partially because this long-awaited console had been delayed several times, and the stores already had them in stock and were itching to make money. In fact, many stores began selling them 3 days early on the 26th. Hearing reports of this from all around the country, Nintendo relented and officially allowed stores to begin selling them on the 26th instead. In a classic Cabbage Patch Doll-like frenzy, parents were fist-fighting in stores to get their console. As quickly as they landed on shelves, they were gone. Celebrities like Matthew Perry, Steven Spielberg, and several Chicago Bulls players contacted Nintendo directly in hopes to grease some palms and get their hands on a console faster. In 3 days' time, Nintendo retailers sold 350,000 consoles. Within a year, it was 3.6 million, successfully outselling Sony PlayStation and Sega Saturn during that time, though Sony would outshine Nintendo in the long run. The move from 2D to 3D gaming was a big leap, and it didn't come without its challenges. As I mentioned, the entire console itself suffered from many delays before release, but they also had delays hit several of their big upcoming titles, which drastically hurt Christmas sales the next year. Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Banjo-Kazooie, and Yoshi's Story being among them. To try and fill the gap, they rushed out Diddy Kong Racing before the holidays. Also, being the only major gaming company to stick with the game cartridges in this generation of systems hurt them too, as cartridge games were far more costly than disc-based games. In the end, this system was amazing, but it could have been much better. It had a strong start, but slowly slipped over time. In fact, despite its huge impact on gaming and its much-beloved game library, the Nintendo 64 was technically a commercial failure, believe it or not. Still, being a lot of millennials' first taste of three-dimensional gaming, it holds a powerful level of nostalgia even to this day. And a lot of that is due to games like Super Mario 64, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Super Smash Bros., and Mario Kart 64, which took established characters and series and changed them forever. And let's not forget GoldenEye 007, one of the greatest first-person shooters of all time. That was so good, we're still celebrating it in 2022 as the announcement of its upcoming arrival on the Nintendo Switch Online Virtual Console rolled out to massive fanfare just a few weeks ago. I mean, really, go to YouTube and search for the Nintendo 64 unboxing meme to see the two kids react on Christmas morning in the late 90s. This was all of us. That was a weird controller, though. No doubt about it. I'm Radio Matt. See you next time for more
Nerd history.